Hello YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from You Need a Budget. Yes you do. And this is another Whiteboard Wednesday. Today we're going to still continue our trek through the land of reports in our software. And I want to talk about net worth, not to be confused with self-worth. And I drew on purpose because I had this thought as I was working through this. This is our net worth chart. Let me walk through this first and then I'll get to the touchy-feely part that I wanted to hit. But you've got assets, the blue, liabilities, the red. Liabilities, debt, right? So cash versus debt. And your cash, as you use YNAB, your cash tends to grow and your debt tends to decline. So you can see that there's a trend line here of a happy person. And I drew the happy face here because I thought, oh yeah, you'd be certainly happy because you're just about to pay off your last bit of debt and you've had this great trend down with the debt and this nice trend up with your net worth. You've got more cash on hand than you've ever had before, and of course you'd be happy. And then I thought, well, back down here I was going to write a sad face because that seemed like a good thing to do. It would balance things out a little bit, happy over here and sad here. I don't think that's correct. So I stopped myself. I put a happy face over here because you found YNAB, you're ready to take on your money, you're ready to fix things, you're looking in the right direction, and it doesn't really matter where you are at this moment. What matters most is what direction you're facing and where you're headed. So this person is happy at the beginning of their journey because they're on the journey. And I think that's a good point. Now, away from the touchy-feely stuff, back to more brass tacks. Key point here, you only include in your net worth what you've included in YNAB. So YNAB doesn't know about your 401k potentially unless you put it in there. Doesn't know about the money you buried in your backyard unless you put it in there. So we really need to make sure that you recognize that the net worth report in YNAB is a reflection of only the accounts you've actually included. And I like it that way. We've never intended for YNAB to be some catch-all, end-all, be-all, aggregate recorder of all things financial in your life. It is to help you implement the 4 rules, period. So that's one thing that you need to note. The other one is net worth as a report is a phenomenal indicator, where last week we talked about potentially having those dips in cash, or not in cash, well yeah, a dip in cash, basically where your outflows are large because of a Rule 2 expense that you'd even prepped for and for which you were celebrating a massive victory. On the net worth side, it's masked, not masked, but it's handled because you'll see your cash climbing, you'll see your cash dip as a Rule 2 expense hits, but then you'll see a nice overall trend. And where you don't get the trend from the income versus expense report because you're seeing 1 month as a silo, 1 month as a silo, 1 month as a silo, here you're seeing this nice trend. That cash you've saved up for the holidays is climbing and climbing. And then, yeah, maybe your net worth dips a little bit because you actually spent it, but the trend is what you're looking for and where you can find a lot of comfort. So that's the idea with the net worth report. I like it quite a bit. It's useful to me. The reports that we've talked about so far, the spending by categories payee, the spending trends, the income versus expense report, and now the net worth report, those 4 reports, they're useful, and I've hit upon the usefulness in these Whiteboard Wednesday episodes, but they are not the most useful report in YNAB. To find out the most useful report in YNAB, you'll have to watch next week's Whiteboard Wednesday. We'll see you guys later.